This video is all about how you can begin to streamline your online coaching business using Asana. We're going to talk specifically about how to organize your content creation for social media marketing and also how to track client progress within your program inside of Asana as well. So this was the exact question that this video is tailored to answering. This is by Christy Rolling. What are a couple of ways to stay organized? I have sticky notes all over the place and it's driving me crazy. I can't seem to find a rhythm for organizing. Maybe it's a system. Perhaps they don't have a system. Keeping track of clients, their problems, what they're working on, potential clients I'm going to check back in on, ideas for my own development or reels. Maybe it's because I'm working full time too that I'm feeling scattered and it's bumpy for me right now. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. So what you see is I'm actually in my YouTube production board. So I'm going to hop over into content creation. So I have boards for everything inside of Asana. So I'm going to help you specifically set yours up for content creation. But it doesn't matter if you're doing a podcast or a YouTube channel or even your newsletter. It's the same framework. You would just call it something different. So what you can do is new project. Click new project. We're going to do blank and we're going to do content creation demo. I'm going to do this as a board and you're going to create project. Inside, I would call this research. Okay. Then here, think of your pipeline. So think of the steps that you take to create like a reel, for example. So I would have research, then I would have brain dump, then I would have like something like working on, or I would do scripting. Then I would do filming. I would do editing. I would do something like optimize/schedule, and then I would have complete. So in the most simple form, it's really just creating your pipeline of the steps that you take to take a reel from idea and concept all the way through complete. So then what you would do, let's say that this is an idea you have. Asana also has an app on your phone. So look at this. This is really cool. I'm going to just pull it up to show you what I mean. You can pull up your Asana board on your phone just like this. So if I'm on a walk, if I'm making dinner, if I'm out at the park, whatever it is that I'm doing, if I get an idea of a piece of content that I want to create, all I've got to do is just go into my content creation demo and look at this. I'm going to add a new text. So create training on Asana. Look at this. I just created this on my phone and it popped up right there live, which is so cool. So no more sticky notes all over the place, no more questioning when you go to sit down to film content, what exactly you're going to work on and like scattered all over the internet. So here's how I use this though. I would have a full brain dump of a bunch of content ideas. I just sit down and anytime I'm feeling inspired, I add it to my brain dump. Then if I know today, and I'll show you this live from my YouTube production section, if I know today that I'm going to script 3 pieces of content to film, I'm going to move the 3 pieces of content from my brain dump into scripting. After they're scripted, you're going to move them to filming, editing, and so on. Yeah? So let me show you how I'm doing this live with YouTube. Okay? I have my entire brain dump session here. There's like a ton of stuff in here. Yeah? Then I know in this section, I'm going to get my keywords, my title, my thumbnail, my description, optimized it. Yeah? Then here it's been optimized. Now I know I need to make a script or make a bullet point script. Okay. Then here, this is actually what I'm filming today, right now. And this is where it gets really cool. Watch this. I know I'm going to film these today, but what happens when you have YouTube and a newsletter and podcast and content creation and just stuff all over the place? How do you keep it organized and know exactly when you sit down to film today, what you need to work on? This is how. You go in here and you make sure that you add it to your project. You add it to your personal board working on today. Here's what that ends up looking like. Look at this. You go into your personal board, which is a separate board. I'll show you how to make this. And you can literally add it to working on today. So what happens? When you go to sit down and it's a brand fresh new day, all you do is go to your personal board and you are super clear exactly what you're doing today. That's it. So you're able to actually link your boards up into one place. So I play around in all of these different boards, and I always link it back to my personal board because then I'll know when I need to work on stuff. Yeah, it's super cool. So now I know if I can get these 3 things filmed today, then I'm off to a good start. And you'll notice I have other things here, these other shorts on YouTube. These may or may not get done today, but they're not an absolute priority if I don't get around to them. But I know that these 3 are priority for me to get filmed. So this is how you can organize everything that you do inside of a content scheduler inside of Asana. And what's really cool is you can start to put dates on things. You see that I put dates here? And what you can do is look at your calendar, and it's going to show you your content calendar here. Super cool. And another way that you can stay organized, all you got to do to have that pop up, by the way, is just add the date onto the item. So I do this based on the date that the video is actually going to come out live on, say, YouTube or my podcast. So you can do the same thing here. And you can add tags. Okay, so this I know is going to be a podcast. On here, what I can do, which I actually should do this now because I forgot, is slides made. So I can tag that I have my slides made for that one. This means that that's a reel. Like, look, I'll pull this open. So you can make, or a short, I'm sorry. Now this tells me that this is a short. So it's not a full-blown long video that I need to create. It's just a short. So I know that I don't have to like go super crazy planning things out because it's organized in that way. Okay. Right now I'm filming this one. So once it's done, I'm going to move it to editing, scheduled, optimized, and promote, then complete. So that's it. So that's how I use Asana to organize my content creation process. I use this for my YouTube, my podcast, my content, sponsors and affiliates, and then everything streams back to my personal board here. You can go ahead and pause me if you want to snag the columns that I use here. Okay. So that's how you go ahead and use Asana. So the other part to this that I want to talk about is how you could actually create a board to track where your client is in their program with you as a coach. So let's go ahead and give another example of this. New project, blank, client progress. The reason that I don't use this is I have a CRM to track client progress. I have different tutorials on how to set up Go High Level as your CRM, so I'm not going to talk about that in this video. This is specifically if you don't have a CRM and are not at that level in your business to actually need one. You would be at that level in your business if you have lead magnets, if you're doing an actual physical funnel, or you need a website or a course or anything like that. That's when you should start looking at a CRM. I have tutorial videos on that, but for now, we're just going to use this. So this could be, okay, I would put clients onboarding, then I would separate it by weeks. Week 1, week 2, week 3, etc. All the way throughout your entire program. Then what are you going to do? You're going to go in here and you're going to put Jamie Coleman, like I'm your client. And then inside, what you could do is, let's say they have a client folder with you in Google Drive, which they should, right? So you could have their client folder and you could link that there. Okay, then you could have client notes and you could link that there. How I keep track of my client notes is I literally just have a Google Doc and it has the date of our call and it has homework from last week, this week's focus, what are their struggles, what are their wins, like all the things. It basically has my entire call broke down. And then I have basically homework for next week. And I just keep adding to that same exact note every single time. I do that. Even with the CRM, I still like keeping notes that way just because, I don't know, my brain just likes to see it that way better. So you could link your client notes here. And then all you would do is after each call, you move them forward on their week. That way you can keep track of where they are. You can add comments, you could add subtasks, you could add things for you to do. And look what you could do. Let's pretend that Jamie needed a nutrition guide created. This is really cool. You can add this to your personal board under working on this week or today. Okay. And you can tag yourself here and you could set a date for when you want to get that done by. Okay, so now what just happened? This card went in your personal board so that you know tomorrow or today or whenever you're going to do this, when you sit down, that you need to create this nutrition guide specifically for your client. Okay, you could also keep their email in here. You could keep anything that you want. The way that I like to look at Asana is, instead of your stuff being scattered all over the internet, everything has a card and everything is inside of that card for that specific client. So it's basically like a hub where you can find anything you want about Jamie Coleman as your client. It's inside of here, and where they're at specifically inside of your program, which is super cool. So that's basically how I would use Asana. The truth is, systems inside of your business are ultimately what's going to set you free. So if this is content that you're resonating with and you really want to just streamline your online coaching business, hit that subscribe button, because that's all of what my channel is about. I'm going to help you set yourself free and build a business that supports your lifestyle goals along with your financial freedom goals as well. So hit that subscribe button, and also give this video a like and comment below what is your number one takeaway from today, and what would you like to see more of on the channel moving forward.